This is Akashvani. A review of today's Parliament proceedings read by Saira Mujtaba. First from the Lok Sabha, writer is Anjali Ojha of PTI. Proceedings in the Lok Sabha today were disrupted once again amid continuous protests by opposition members over the alleged theft of Ram Temple donations and the police action on protesting students on the issue of NEET paper leak. As soon as the House met for the day, Speaker Om Birla recalled the contribution of freedom fighters in India's struggle for independence, and the House paid tributes to them to mark the anniversary of the Quit India movement observed on August 9. He said Mahatma Gandhi had given the call of do or die during the movement and described the Quit India movement as a symbol of the unity of the people against injustice based on truth and non-violence. He said the movement created awareness among the people about the freedom struggle and instilled new confidence in the countrymen. The Speaker said the House paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi and all freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for India's independence and drew inspiration from their sacrifices. Members then observed a brief silence. Soon after, opposition members were on their feet, raising slogans and creating a ruckus in the House. Birla said the entire world draws inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi's teachings and urged protesting members to do the same. The Speaker quoted Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who had said that Parliament is a forum for discussion and debate which are essential to democracy. He termed the conduct of the protesting members contrary to parliamentary norms. Expressing concern over the continued disruptions, the Speaker adjourned the House till 12 noon. When the House reassembled at 12 noon, the scenes remained unchanged. In the chair, Dilip Saikia rejected all notices seeking adjournment of business and called for papers to be laid on the table amid the din. During zero hour, which lasted nearly 16 minutes, the House passed the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Amendment Bill 2026 without debate. Papers and reports of various parliamentary committees were also laid on the table. As opposition members continued demanding a reply from Home Minister Amit Shah on the police action during the recent student protest against the alleged NEET paper leak, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju asserted that the opposition cannot dictate which minister will respond in the House. Rijiju said the Home Minister attends Parliament every day and remains in the House till late evening. He also accused the opposition of creating disruptions and then walking out. He criticized the sloganeering and described the Home Minister as a person whose name sends shivers down the spine of extremists and terrorists, drawing desk thumping from Treasury bench members. Without specifying the business under reference, Rijiju said the Home Minister would come to the House when the relevant discussion is taken up. He said parliamentary procedure requires the minister in charge of the listed business to be present and maintain that it is for the government and the chair, not the opposition, to decide which minister will reply. The chair also said the opposition's protest was not appropriate and urged members to return to their seats so that the House could function. The opposition has been demanding a statement from the Home Minister on the police crackdown on students protesting against the alleged NEET paper leak in the national capital last month. As a result of protests and other issues, the monsoon session, which commenced on 20th of July, has witnessed repeated disruptions. Amid continued sloganeering, the House was adjourned for the day to meet again on Monday at 11 a.m. With the passage of the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Amendment Bill 2026 in the Lok Sabha, the legislation has now been passed by both the Houses of Parliament. The bill seeks to address the current challenges faced by the micro, small and medium enterprises sector by strengthening the legal and institutional framework for dealing with delayed payments, improving the administrative structure, and facilitating payment mechanisms. The government said that delayed payments continue to pose a major challenge for MSMEs by affecting their cash flow, liquidity, and overall business operations. The amendments are aimed at ensuring that enterprises receive their dues in a time-bound manner while making the dispute resolution mechanism more efficient and accessible. The legislation introduces several changes to the existing framework governing payment disputes involving MSMEs. It prescribes timelines for faster adjudication of delayed payment disputes and provides for the recovery and enforcement of settlement agreements reached through conciliation. The bill seeks to improve the functioning of the Micro and Small Enterprises Facilitation Councils, which deal with such disputes, by streamlining procedures and enabling faster disposal of cases. It also provides for electronic filing of applications and proceedings before the facilitation councils. a move aimed at making the dispute resolution process more accessible and efficient for enterprises. In addition, state governments will be able to establish more than one facilitation council for an area wherever required, with the objective of reducing pendency and ensuring quicker disposal of cases. Another important provision of the bill relates to the enforcement of awards. It empowers courts to direct payment of at least 50% of the amount awarded to an MSME supplier if an application to set aside the award remains pending for more than 6 months. The measure seeks to ensure that prolonged litigation does not adversely affect the liquidity of MSMEs and that enterprises are not deprived of relief for extended periods while legal proceedings continue. The bill also brings about a significant change in the manner in which micro, small and medium enterprises are classified. At present, the Act specifies investment and turnover limits for classifying enterprises as micro, small or medium. The amendment removes these thresholds from the statute and empowers the Centre to notify the criteria for classification, including investment and turnover, from time to time. According to the government, this will provide greater flexibility to revise the criteria in line with the changing economic conditions and business requirements without the need to amend the law each time. The legislation is also intended to strengthen the overall institutional framework for the MSME sector by improving administrative processes and making dispute resolution more effective. By providing for electronic processes, strengthening the facilitation councils, enabling enforcement of settlement agreements, and ensuring quicker adjudication of payment disputes. According to the government, MSMEs contribute about 31% of India's gross domestic product or GDP, account for nearly 36% of the country's manufacturing output, and contribute around 41% of India's exports. The government said that the amendments are aimed at improving the ease of doing business for MSMEs, strengthening their financial stability through timely recovery of dues, enhancing the effectiveness of dispute resolution mechanisms, and supporting the continued growth and competitiveness of the sector. Meanwhile, in a written reply in the House, the government said that normal relations with Pakistan cannot resume until cross-border terrorism ends. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, in a written reply, said India's relations with Pakistan can move forward only in an environment free of terror, hostility and violence. He also accused Islamabad of continuing to use cross-border terrorism as an instrument of state policy. He said the Pulwama terror attack led to the withdrawal of Pakistan's most favoured nation or MFN status and a hike in customs duty on Pakistani goods to 200%, while the Pahalgam terror attack in April 2025 prompted further measures including putting the Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance, closing the Atari checkpost, restricting visas and downsizing diplomatic missions. Jaishankar, however, said the two countries continue to maintain functional engagements such as DGMO-level talks and exchanges related to ballistic missile tests, nuclear installations and prisoners. In another reply, the government informed the House that 991 one-stop centres or OSCs are currently functional in all the 36 states and union territories, assisting more than 15.2 lakh women since its launch in 2015 under the Nirbhaya Fund. In a written reply, Women and Child Development Minister Annapurna Devi said the Women Helpline 181 is operational in 35 states and UTs, having handled over 3.16 crore calls and assisted more than 1 crore women. She said projects under the Nirbhaya Fund are demand-driven, with implementation monitored by the concerned ministries, state governments and an interministerial empowered committee. The minister also clarified that proposals only from central ministries, state governments and other government bodies are eligible for funding, and no funds are provided to NGOs under the Nirbhaya Fund. And now a review of proceedings in the Rajya Sabha. Writer is Sanjeev Chopra of PTI. Rajya Sabha today failed to transact any business and was adjourned for the day within minutes of the start of the question hour. The House was earlier adjourned after the listing of papers as opposition members continued to raise uproar over their demand for Home Minister Amit Shah's statement in the House on the police action against the protesting students at Jantar Mantar. While some members tried to raise issues of public interest during zero hour and the House continued to function for about half an hour despite the din, the House was adjourned till 12 noon. Later, when the House met again at noon, Chairman C.P. Radhakrishnan adjourned the House for the day amid continued protest and sloganeering by opposition members. There has been a deadlock over the issue of the Home Minister making a statement over the police action against protesting students and that of Prime Minister over the theft of donations at the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Soon after the House met for the day at 11 a.m., the chairman, Radhakrishnan, referred to the upcoming 84th anniversary of the Quit India movement on August 9. Paying tributes to those who laid their lives during the freedom struggle, the chairman said the 84th anniversary of the historic Quit India movement is one of the defining milestones in our nation's freedom struggle. The movement started under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi on 9th August 1942, gave a decisive impetus to India's relentless quest for independence. He said, "The clarion call of do or die inspired millions of Indians across the country to rise above all barriers and unite in the common cause of achieving the goal of freedom for the nation," the chairman noted. Despite facing severe repression, imprisonment and untold hardships, our freedom fighters displayed extraordinary courage, determination and unwavering commitment to the cause of India's independence, he said. The chairman also said their selfless sacrifices and steadfast resolve strengthened the national movement and paved the way for the country to finally attain independence in 1947. As we commemorate this historic occasion, let us pay our respectful homage to all those who participated in the Quit India movement and made immense sacrifices for the freedom of our motherland, the chairman said. The chairman further said that the ideals of patriotism, unity, sacrifice and dedication to the nation continue to inspire us in our collective endeavour towards building a strong, prosperous and inclusive India, adding that the members of this House pay respectful homage to the martyrs of freedom struggle. The chairman then urged the members to stand in their places and observe silence as a mark of respect to the brave fighters. All members of the House stood in silence for a few minutes as a mark of respect for the departed souls. Later, the chairman called for the commencement of the 0 hour. Opposition members started creating a ruckus and shouting slogans. Amid the sloganeering, Leader of Opposition Mallikarjun Kharge raised the issue of the Home Minister's continued absence from Parliament during the monsoon session which began on 20th of July. Kharge alleged that the government is not respecting the chairman's observations and was showing disrespect to the House. His reference was to yesterday's remarks of Chairman Radhakrishnan asking Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju to convey the opposition's sentiments to the Home Minister. This led to a sharp rebuttal from Rijiju, who said no such directive was issued by the chairman and accused the leader of opposition of misleading the House. He noted that during the session, the Home Minister has remained present in Parliament throughout the day, and ministers participated in parliamentary proceedings according to the agenda of their respective ministries. The Parliamentary Affairs Minister asserted that the opposition cannot dictate which minister should attend the House and when. Addressing the chairman, Rijiju said, "You made a remark but no directive was issued from the chair." He alleged that the Congress and other opposition parties raise slogans and then walk out of Parliament, condemning this behaviour. Amidst the uproar, the chairman called for issues of public importance to be raised during 0 hour. Sulata Deo of Biju Janata Dal, Prakash Chigbarek and Amarpal Maurya of BJP and PP Sunir of CPI raised a number of issues in the House. While BJD's Sulata Deo highlighted the uniqueness of Pakhala Bhat and its significance in Odisha's tradition, emphasizing the need for it to be granted a GI tag. She said Pakhala Bhat is not merely a meal but an integral part of the state's culture, tradition as well as lifestyle, and urged the government to take necessary steps in this regard. BJP's Prakash Chigbarek demanded the construction of a state-of-the-art stadium in the Alipurdwar district of North Bengal to nurture the sporting talent of the youth. He noted that while there is no dearth of talented players in the region, they face difficulties in improvising their skills due to lack of high-level training and better sports facilities in the area. BJP's Amarpal Maurya demanded construction of a Ram Darshan rail corridor connecting Ayodhya, Prayagraj and Bundelkhand region in Uttar Pradesh, citing their religious and cultural significance. He said Ayodhya, Prayagraj and Bundelkhand regions have been major centres of India's spiritual heritage and religious traditions and are linked to the life of Lord Ram and the faith associated with him. As these members were raising the issues during 0 hour, opposition members continued shouting slogans and creating ruckus in the House. The chairman repeatedly appealed to them to allow the proceedings to continue, but the members did not pay any attention to his appeal. However, seeing that the appeal had no effect, he adjourned the House at 11:30 a.m. until 12 noon. When the sitting resumed at 12 noon, Chairman Radhakrishnan called for the commencement of the question hour. That's all in Parliament Review.